Drive down I-90 and you'll find the Corn Palace, the James River, and a thriving ag community. You'll also find a hidden gem. Join us as we take a look at the Culinary Academy of South Dakota at Mitchell Technical College.
We are Mitchell Tech Culinary Academy, and we choose beef.
Located on the campus of Mitchell Technical College, the Culinary Academy of South Dakota is proving to be a vital part of the beef industry, helping to prepare the next generation of chefs.
Tim Goldhammer, and I'm the department head at the Culinary Academy of South Dakota. I've been at Mitchell Tech for 5 years. This is my first year as the department head at Mitchell Tech. Our Mitchell Tech campus population, I would say at least 80% of them are first to second generation farmers, or they know somebody that does farm. We have a lot of small town community kids coming here, and when we serve beef on our menu, I would say that our population of service goes up at least 50%. And so we'll go from 100 to 150. If beef is anywhere, like we could just use it, like we could just put beef down and nothing else. We're just serving beef, and they're like, yeah, we're excited to come through and eat. Because they want to, it really just reminds you of home, right? Like there's a connection, I think, with our farm kids that I'm from home, I'm missing home, what can I, like the beef briskets, even just a cheeseburger, something simple, just it takes them back home, and it kind of makes them, I feel, it has always made them feel safe. And I've worked in campuses across the state, and that's always been true, that like if you serve a nice meatloaf even, like nothing makes a kid feel more at home than meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and beef gravy, like just right over the top. So when we talk about Mitchell Tech's culinary program, there's a couple things to understand. First, our student population comes from all over South Dakota, and then a few from other places. We have a student from as far as Wyoming and Minnesota this year, and so kind of both ends of that spectrum. And all of those people are very closely related to the beef industry. Again, first, second, or third generation away from some kind of ranching lifestyle. And when they come here, there's definitely an expectation of learning how to cook beef. And so in our first year program, you can graduate with a diploma, and you certainly learn different beef product and how to cook and execute beef dishes. Anything from burgers, brisket, a lot more whole protein, and then how to break some of those things down. And then in our second year, we focus on more of a refined cookery, specifically things like steak and executing things in the oak room for service, kind of your more high-end beef dishes. I think the culinary program incorporates beef a couple different ways. One, obviously teaching it, how to cook it properly. So we go off the American Culinary Federation standard. They're our national governing body, and one of the things that they want every student to know how to do is cook a steak all the different ways, blue all the way to well, and getting good texture and flavor from that. And so that's a key part of what we do. And then how do we incorporate all the other things, from beef bones into beef stock? What can we do with other cuts of meat, brisket, steak? And so I think one of the things that we also do here really well is making sure that they understand the different doneness levels, and that it's not just rare. It's not just rare or medium rare, or it's whatever the customer wants, and making sure that they understand that we can communicate how pink that's going to be in the middle. You just need to know what kind of beef you're cooking. And so I always say that there's two ways to cook beef: low and slow, or high and hot. And those are the kind of my two methodologies. So like if you're cooking a steak, it needs to be on a high temperature, high heat. You're searing the outside, getting a nice sear, and then maybe finishing it in the oven if you need to. I think for the consumer, don't be afraid, right? Anthony Bourdain once said, eat a steak raw, go out and experience something new, right? If you've never been to a small town bar outside of where you live, I'm talking 15, 30, 45 minutes away, go out and get that. Go out and find your local beef producer that is someplace that you can go and eat. Have a steak there, have a burger, right? Go out and try different beef things. If you're not trying different foods regularly, I would suggest doing that, trying new and exciting things. Can you have the different burger? Can you have the different kind of beef product that you're putting out on there for them to consume?
And to beef farmers and ranchers, Chef Goldhammer shares this important message.
8 to 5 people work 8 to 5, and that's great. That's not the rancher lifestyle. The people that go out there and work don't expect that. They know what they're getting into, but it's important to say thank you to them. And so thank you for all your hard work on making a great product for me to be able to produce and sell to consumers, because without you, they wouldn't get to eat. You ranch, I cook, other people eat, and so the end user is the one that's probably the happiest, but all along the way, we're selling and making great things happen. So thank you. I'm Tim Goldhammer. I'm the culinary director at Mitchell Tech's Culinary School, and I choose beef.